In 2017, What Next started a national conversation.
We need to come up with some big plans, and we need to do that now.
We asked you what you wanted for the future of New Zealand in 20 years. For technology, the economy, the environment, and how we live. Should we continue with Plan A, keep doing what we're doing, making small changes? Or do we need some big new ideas, a Plan B? The answer was loud and clear.
Overwhelmingly, we're a Plan B country, at least as reflected in the more than 200,000 votes that we have received.
Now we're going to look at Plan B in action.
Well, I'm 87 and I've had a little stroke, and I very much feel like I don't want to be here anymore. I would love to go now before I get disabled and get suffering and get lonely, and I think it's better to go before that, because what is the point of me being here and soaking up the money that it costs to keep a person alive? What's the point?
That's quite upsetting to hear.
It's not upsetting. I'm going to die anyway, so why not die now instead of in 3 or 4 years' time after a lot of suffering? We all these cost the community a lot of money, and it's you young people who pay in your taxes. Old people say, oh, the government should do this and the government should do that, but the government is your people, your taxes, and why should they be spent on useless things like an older person who's no use anymore?
Maybe technology can help. You can already buy systems that monitor an older person in their own home 24 hours a day.
In its simplest form, it just looks and listens and watches you.
Motion sensors around the house track their movements, and the data is analysed for unusual patterns.
So it's continually evolving that pattern, and it's continually learning about you. We also monitor things like the fridge. How many times do you open the fridge? That's an indicator of how you're eating. So we can see the pattern by room type of where they are. So you can see here the blue is when they're asleep, the green dots are where they've used the bathroom, the orange is where they're in the living room, and where they're having meals.
If this technology notices a big change, you've gone into the bathroom and you haven't come out for an hour, it will fire off an alert.
Absolutely it does.
What's the problem with the way we're doing things at the moment?
I'm lucky I have my grandmother alive. She has people come and visit her twice a day. So there's 23 hours a day when my grandmother potentially is on her own. And AI has an ability to manage that time when there is no one else around and provide that halo of support and care.
Where will this technology take us?
Ultimately, the bottom end of it, it's data. It's big data. And if we can link all that together and aggregate it together, we can then be more understanding of who we are. The simple thing is it's going to let us live longer independently, because it will allow us to have a big sister, because I don't want to call it big brother, a big sister watching us and taking care of us in a virtual world.
People are living longer with more chronic illnesses, and so we need a way to help people to manage those chronic illnesses. Aging is a big cost because if people move into long-term care, it costs a lot of money, and people don't actually want to move into rest homes, they'd rather stay at home. And so we can give people technology that can help them to manage their health at home, then that was going to be really improve quality of life for people, as well as reduce healthcare costs for the health system.